Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. I tell you, I love having Sissy Lappin come on. She's just a bundle of energy and so well-versed, not only what's happening on the real estate front as a U.S. Daily Review editor for Prestige Properties, but also on the business front in general, and very politically savvy as well. I always love having her on the program. Wish we could get more of her because she's so incredibly busy, and but very, very thoughtful. Good to see you, Sissy.
Thank you, Kevin. I love being on your show.
Well, you do a great job every time. Lappin Properties, Lappin Properties.com. But you can also find her over there at usdailyreview.com. And I know you've got some political stuff you want to get off your chest before we even talk about what's happening in real estate. And this is really where the rubber meets the road. It's how people's lives are lived and how healthy we are, which has a lot to do with our happiness. And there's some really dramatic stuff that's going on that I think the majority of people have pretty much given a collective yawn to.
You know, it's interesting. And Kevin, I've got to hand it to you because you really have called this, a month before it's even really hit the media as far as the Healthcare Act goes. I think, everybody's saying, we're going to see the impact of this in a year and what it's done to the medical system. We're going to see the impact of this in January. Yeah. What you're going to see is people don't realize Medicaid doctors we don't know how many are opting out till about the first week of January, now that they've been given the new payback system. When they see these numbers, actually they're seeing the numbers, what happens if, let's say, they're saying it could be as high as 70%. Let's say that figure is off and it's 20%. So many people are being pushed into Medicaid with this new Healthcare Act. It's going to have a devastating effect. That's the first thing. The second thing, there's actually, I think, three things we're going to see in January. The second thing is a lot of people think that they're insured. And don't get me wrong, I think that website is a disaster and all of that.
Ooh, boy.
But it doesn't affect the person quite like when you go into the emergency room and you think you're insured and you're not insured. And that's what we're going to start seeing in January.
Right.
Is people that or haven't gone to the doctor and think that they're insured, and because the sign up was so poorly done and it hasn't been passed on to their insurance company, that's what's going to happen. The third impact is what people don't realize is, I call it a monopoly.
Yes, it is.
The third impact is these insurance companies contract out with a company that has bought all three of the prescription companies. Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden, this publicly traded company, which right now, if you have a life-sustaining medicine or you have a medicine that you need monthly that is an expensive medicine, you have to call this 1-800 number and get the medicine. Right now, it is 4 to 7 hours to get your monthly medicine that is a renewable prescription every month.
Yeah.
When all these people are added to the system, this company is not prepared for this. So what you wait 4 to 7 hours every month, and I know this because I have a 20-year-old that I do this every single month. I allot time on my day timer for this. Every major healthcare, Blue Cross, United, they all use this company. It's going to be a 2 to 3 day hold with this company to get this. So you're going to have people. Is
there something unique about the medicine or?
Well, it's anybody who needs diabetic medicine, any medicine that's over, and it could be
anything over $10.
Yeah, anything over, $100. You've got to go through this company and you have to hold every single month to do it. That's going to be, and these are life-sustaining medicines. These are chemotherapy. These are people with AIDS. If you go on the internet, you will see that the whole time right now with these companies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's the beginning. It's the beginning of a very terrible path for America. And if you wonder what it's like, just look at other places around the world whose people are coming here to get alternative health care because their socialized medicine doesn't work. Real quickly, as we go into 2014, what's happening on the real estate front? We also need to include that real quick.
Let's talk about that. Let me tell you, the biggest change we're going through is Dodd-Frank. When Dodd-Frank was passed, people don't realize that it was only 60% written. There was 40% of the bill that gets filled in every single month. So we now have, for the first time, these new appraisal rules where it's over a certain amount of a loan, you've got to have 2 appraisals. Okay, that's fine. But let me tell you, the new wrench in the whole thing is, so lenders or a third party, they have to use I call it the 1-800 appraisal service. you might have a house, let's say in the Heights, but they've called 1-800-appraisal. They've assigned an appraiser. And I just went through this. Their appraiser was from Sealy, Texas. Mm-hmm. Okay, they're going with the lowest and best bid. He knew nothing about the area. This house should have appraised for, I think $20,000 to $40,000 more than my client bought it for. He underappraised it. I had to sit and walk him through. And this is the new thing. It's this 1-800-appraiser, and they go for the lowest price, and you have no idea who's coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, that's crazy.
Our new big change.
Our quest for saving money is making us broke at times, isn't it?
It is. But this is so easy. Just say to the appraiser they have to have done 5 to 10 appraisals in that zip code. I mean, just one more step.
Yeah.
And it makes it easier.
And if they lived in the general area, they would already know instantly there was something wrong with that appraisal.
When I have to give somebody directions to the Heights in Houston, that's a scary thought.
That's a scary thought. Sissy Lappin, she's always awesome. Love having her on. Lappin Properties, Lappin Properties.com. You can also find her as a Prestige Properties expert over there, actually editor at USDailyReview.com, the national news website. Make sure you check her out there. Thanks as always.
Thank you, Kevin, for having me.
You bet. When we come back, much more for you, and you're listening to The Price of Business.